Now what I need to do next is select the foot bone and link it to the leg bone. So I'll click on the link and drag from the foot bone and release over the leg bone like this. So now whenever I move the IK handle, all the bones are going to move like so. Okay. Now it's time for us to create some control objects. So I'm going to switch to my top view and I'm going to go to display and hide the geometry so that I can really see the bone location. So I'm going to go to create and choose rectangle, and I'm going to create my rectangle like so. Again, it would be a good thing to do to paste the X value that I have copied from the IK handle over here. Okay, so this shape that I created is going to be the foot controller, and this is going to control the foot placement later on. So I'm going to be animating this object and not the bones or the IK handles. So I'm going to right click and choose convert to editable spline, and then select it, and then right click again and choose curve. Even though curve is selected, that is going to curve it out like this. Now I'm going to go to rendering and choose display render mesh, but without checking renderable, because I don't want this object to be renderable at render time. I'm going to set the thickness to 2. I'm also going to change the color. I'm going to work with the colors a bit later. Let's choose it to be red like so. Now it's very important to change the pivot point of this object so that when I rotate it, it rotates around the heel. So I'm going to go to hierarchy, affect pivot only, and I'll place the pivot point down here. If I right click and choose unhide all, or actually go to unhide the geometry, I want to place the pivot point over here so that the foot rotates at the heel at this point. So that's it. I can hide back my original geometry. Okay, so now if I select this and test the rotation, I would see that it's going to rotate properly at this position. Okay, next I'm going to go back to my left view, and I'm going to again show the geometry, and let's go to don't affect children and move this bone over here. And now I'm going to select this bone, which is the last bone in the foot, and I'm going to scale it down. And now I'll go to create and choose circle. And I'm going to create a circle right over here. Now I'm going to use the circle as a controller so that whenever I rotate the circle, the foot is going to rotate at the toes over here. So this is going to be the toe rotator object. Okay, again I'm going to paste down the value that I had copied before. And I'm also going to change the color and give it an orange color here. So now I want to link that circle to the foot controller. So I'll click on the link tool and drag from the circle to the foot controller. So now whenever I rotate this, the circle, the toe rotator is going to rotate around as well. It would be a good thing now to save your file, which is what I'm going to do right now. Now it's time to create the foot roll object. So I'm going to switch again to my left view, and I'll go to rectangle and create a rectangle like so. Now the size or the shape of the rectangle does not matter, but what matters is the placement of the pivot point of that rectangle, which of course I can do now and change later. So I'll go to modify and give it some nice values like 25 by 20. Again, I'm gonna make sure that the X value is properly positioned. Alright, and I'm gonna select this and also give it a reddish color. Now the reason I'm using red is because for the right foot I'm going to use red, and for the left foot or the left part of the body I'm going to use blue. That would be easier for me to animate later. Okay, so I'm going to choose orange here. Okay, so now what I need to do is link this object to the toe controller. So I'll select it and I'll link it like so. So now whenever I rotate the toe controller, I'm going to rotate the foot roll object with it as well. Next, I'm going to select the IK handle, and I'm going to link this IK handle to the foot roll controller. So So I click on link and I'll drag and release over the foot roll controller. So now whenever I rotate that, I'm going to see that the IK handle also rotates, but what I need to do is find a way to fix the toe bone in place whenever I rotate the foot roll controller, and this is what I'm going to do next. First though, I need to create the up vector for this IK handle. So I'm going to go to create and choose helpers and choose point, and I'm going to place my point over here and give it the same X value, and I'm going to move it up. Now the position you place it in is not really that important because you can change that later. Now I'm going to also go to modify and check box for this and give it the size of 10. Now I'm going to select the IK handle here, go to my motion panel, go down, and where it says IK solver plane, I'm going to pick target and choose the point that I just created. So now whenever I move that point, the foot is going to take the orientation of that point. And of course whenever you do that, you have to undo so that you can continue with a neutral orientation.